Hello and welcome back to We Food Hard. Today we're going to be making a really easy pizza sauce from scratch. So before we get started, I just want to know, are you a fan of a more traditional pizza sauce or do you like a sweeter sauce? The reason I ask is because we're going to be making a traditional type of pizza sauce today. There's not going to be any sugar or any ingredient that adds any sweetness to this sauce, so maybe we can touch on that in the future, but for right now we're just going to stick to a really simple traditional sauce here. So in order to get started, we're going to start with 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes and 6 ounces of tomato paste. Now the reason I'm going to be adding tomato paste to my crushed tomatoes is because I don't really care for a super watery sauce. If you could see, like, just the crushed tomatoes alone, it's making a mess because it's really loose. It's the sauce in here is kind of watery, so that tomato paste is going to actually thicken it up. So we'll take some the 6 ounces of tomato paste, we'll plop it in here. Plop's not really an attractive word when talking about food, but we're just going to get this mixed up and incorporated into our crushed tomatoes here. And all you got to do is stir it around for a few seconds and it should thicken the sauce up. And that is going to be the base to our sauce, because I'm spilling sauce all over the side of the table here. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add, I have 2 teaspoons of garlic powder and 1 teaspoon of onion powder. I'm just using dry ingredients today. Typically, if I'm going to actually cook a sauce, I would actually use fresh garlic and fresh onion and then puree those things together just so there's not chunks in your pizza sauce. But for this super quick sauce, we're not even doing any of that. We're just using dry ingredients, stirring them together, getting it splashed all over the table that I'm on right now. And then I have 1 tablespoon of dried oregano, and then I have a couple pinches of the red pepper flake. Now, I think that adds some really good flavor, but if you add too much, your spice is going to be super spicy, and some people might not like that. But if you like it, you're more than welcome to add in as much as you'd like. I just have a couple pinches in there right now. And again, I'm just mixing these ingredients together. The dried oregano is going to get all over the place, but a couple stirs, you'll have it pretty well incorporated into your sauce. Okay, and then the last but not least, I have a teaspoon of sea salt, and I have just a couple fresh cracks of black pepper, and I'm going to add that in as well. And that salt will help bring some of those flavors out. Again, just stir those ingredients in. And now you have pizza sauce, and you can see the sauce is a lot thicker than it was before we added the tomato paste to it. We have a little bit more consistency there, and it's kind of dripping off the spatula very slowly versus like running off before we added that. So now this sauce is done. You could immediately top a pizza with it, but I actually have found that throwing it in the fridge for a few hours or even overnight, that pizza sauce actually, the flavors actually meld together a lot better than just like right out of the bowl here. So we're going to be using this sauce on some upcoming pizzas, so make sure you stay tuned for that because we're really excited for that. If you found this video useful and you liked it, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to our channel, please make sure you do so you don't miss anything that we have coming out, and we appreciate you watching, so thank you. Don't forget, work hard, food harder.